Hi guys, so today I'm gonna do my first nail tutorial, and this is my Shrek Inspired Gradient Nails, and I'm going to show you the technique that I use, and it's the sponge technique. So let's start out with a bare nail. Well, in this case I am using OPI acrylic base coat because I have acrylic tips on my natural nails. So I start out with my base coat on my nail. And the first color we're going to use, if you can tell, is this yellowy green color. And that is from the OPI Shrek Forever After collection. And it's Fiercely Fiona. So that's the first color we're going to use. And for the first color, you're going to apply a full coat to your entire nail. So let's start out with a full coat of the Fiercely Fiona over our nails. And make sure you get the entire nail, even the corners. And remember, you can always clean up using a Q-tip or an orange stick. Don't worry, you'll get better at actually applying nail polish to your nails. So that's the first layer we have. That's the Fiercely Fiona. So let's explain the sponge technique that we're going to use. The sponge technique for the gradient nails is basically applying your nail polish with a makeup sponge or just a sponge. In this case it's a makeup sponge, and I guess that would be the best bet too. And you can get makeup sponges at drugstores like Rite Aid, Walbaums, Walgreens, CVS, any kind of drugstore like that, or even a beauty supply store where they have face sponges. And this is just a regular face sponge that you would use to apply liquid makeup or any kind of makeup, I guess, but this is what I'm going to use. And once my first layer of polish is semi-dry, we're going to start out with the additional layers. And for this, I'm going to apply my nail polish to a non-porous surface so that I can apply it to my sponge, because we're not using the nail polish directly from the bottles. So this is just the back of a magazine, and it has a hard cardboard cover, and you want to use a surface where the nail polish won't seep through. So you're not going to use paper towel or tissue or any just flimsy paper. You're going to use a harder surface. So you may choose to use a palette or a CD case or a paper plate, anything that has a hard non-porous surface. So for my first layer of the gradient, I'm going to use the OPI Who the Shrek Are You nail polish, also from the Shrek Forever After collection. And with gradient nails, the effect you're going for is a light color fade in towards a darker color, or a darker color fade in towards a lighter color. And for this I'm using a lighter color fade in towards a darker color. And so you use colors of the same family. You can even mix or match if they're like matching colors, like a purple and a blue. That would give a really cool effect. But for this we're using greens and I guess yellows. So I apply a good drop of this nail polish to my surface, and we're going to use our sponge, and we're going to get the nail polish on the ends of our sponge so we can apply this to the nail rather than using the brush. And I start out at the tip, start out with the most concentration of color on the tip of the nail, and then gradually fade in using quick dab-in techniques in the nail polish and move it towards the base of the nail. Now, because we're doing a gradient, we don't want to go all the way in. We want to go leave about a quarter of the original nail polish, the base coat, the Fiercely Fiona, that lighter color. We're going to leave that about a quarter of the way in. So I don't know if you can tell the difference in color, because it's a very slight difference. but there's a fade in color from the Who the Shrek Are You to the Fiona. And that's about a quarter of that Pharisee Fiona is still showing. Now for a third polish, we're going to use the OPI Jade is the New Black polish. And this is a darker forest green. So again, same method, apply a drop of nail polish to the non-porous surface. Then I'm going to, again, get my sponge into that, get the polish on my sponge, and apply the nail polish, concentrating the most color on my tips, the nail tip, and then gradually fading it into the other color. And again, since it's a gradient effect, I'm not going all the way into the color right underneath, and that's the second color. So instead of going 3/4 of the way down like I did with the second color, I'm only going halfway down. So I'm leaving a peek through of the other colors. So now you can see we're definitely getting our gradient of the light to the dark. Now for a third color, I'm going to use Hard as Nails, and this color is number 40, Emerald City. And this is a darker shimmery green color. So I apply that again to my non-porous surface. Now getting it on my sponge and concentrating this time, definitely concentrating just on the tips, because I don't want to go all the way in with this one at all. So I'm only doing a quarter of the nail using this color. And we're fading into the other colors. And that's why we get our gradient. And that is pretty much what we have now. You can also choose to apply a little bit of black just to deepen that color, and that's what I'm going to do to make it really a big difference. So a little bit, just a little bit of black nail polish, and this one is also an OPI polish, and it's liquid leather. So just get a little bit of that black, a little bit, and just to darken up, to darken up the tip just a little bit. And it's just a little bit of that black. Okay, now there we have our final gradient effect. Now if you see on the rest of my nails, I have a glittery effect on the tips. To get that, I'm using the CoverGirl Boundless Color, and this is in Crystal Mist, and it's $4.35. So I'm going to apply some of this nail polish directly to the tips of my nails for that glittery effect. And that's it. Now you see the glitter. Now for my nail design, as you can see on the other nails, I use the Konad Nail Stamping Plate. This is the image plate number M25. And I'm going to use white and black Konad nail polishes. And these are better for the stamping because they have a thicker consistency. So I applied the white just for the rosebud part, as you can see. And then I'm using the black for the leaves and the stems. And the key to using multiple colors for your nail polish, the design with Konad is not to blend the colors together. So you're not going to scrape in the direct with mixing the colors black to white or white to black. You're going to scrape against the colors so that they don't mix. And I'm going to get that nail art right onto my stamper and apply it directly to my nail. And there you go. Now I'm going to finish up with my Sèche Vite Fast Dry Top Coat. And this is the top coat to get. The Sèche Vite Fast Dry Top Coat. And that's pretty much it. That's the finished effect. And I hope that this helps someone, that you guys, learn the sponge effect. The sponge technique for the gradient effect. And yeah, I think it's a pretty cool result. So thanks for watching. Bye guys.